COVID's been a lonely time for really all of us, and particularly even more so for other people. Well, this gentleman, I'll show you a couple pictures in just a second, but his name is Tony Williams. He's 75 years old, and his wife, Jo, passed away. She died, and here's what he said about he and his wife. He said, we would get together every evening after work. We would cook together, and I'd do one job, and she'd do another job, and we'd put it all together in the end. Sometimes we'd spend hours cooking and laughing and listening to music together. It was the highlight of our day. We had a huge, beautiful garden as well, and an orchard in it. And in the summer months, I'd do the gardening, and Jo would just come and sit by me outside and just talk with me. Everything was just perfect. Jo was my best friend. We had a lovely life, but now I'm all by myself. My wonderful wife has just died, and I have nobody. All I want is for somebody to see the sign that I placed in the window, I'll tell you about that in a minute, and phone me up. Let me show you a picture of Tony and Jo. That's them on a vacation somewhere. I don't know these people. I'm just showing you their picture there. Look like great people. Now let me show you the sign that Tony put up in his window of his house. I have lost Jo, my lovely wife and soulmate. I have no friends or family, no one to talk to. I find the unremitting silence 24 hours a day unbearable torture. Can no one help me? Is that heartbreaking to you? I know it was to me when I saw that. So here's this old guy. If you're 75, this young guy. Why did he put a sign up in his window? He had already put 2 ads in the paper asking for a friend, and nobody called him. He made dozens of business cards and went to the grocery store and handed them out to people looking for a friend, and nobody called him. So finally he put a sign in the window, and it went viral, and now people are probably calling him like crazy. But let me tell you what, there's lonely people in your life, and you and I have an opportunity, an honor to be a priest of God. To say there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. There's Jesus, there's God the Father that can minister to you. And let me tell you what, I've walked past people that needed a kind word and I didn't give it to them. Haven't you? We all have. But let's get our eyes open. There's lonely, needy people. And we've got to be able to come around and stop for a moment and wait and care for them and listen and care for them in that way. Why? Because God's made you a priest. You get to tell about this great, wonderful God to people that are in need. And maybe you're a person in need as well, and we'd love to help you as well. Hopefully we do a good job helping with grief and things that people are going through. I'm sure we miss it on times or two. But to be able to try to care for people in that way, to care and to do that. Boy, we don't want anybody having to put an ad in the local paper or anybody having to hand out business cards at the grocery store, having to put a sign up in their window. We want to be the church that cares for them and loves them and is able to tell them about Jesus in that. See, there's 4 groups of people in life. There's people who like where they are. There's people who don't like where they are. There's people who don't care where they are. And there's people who understand where they are. Do you understand where you are and where God's placed you and how God wants to use you in that? Hey, thanks for watching. To find out more about Houston's First, you can subscribe to our channel or you can go to houstonsfirst.org.